Good morning and welcome to today's verse. To God be the glory. What a great day it is today. Today's verse, it comes to us from the book of Psalm 16, verse 1. And it simply says this: preserve me, O God, for in you I put my trust. I want to speak to you this morning about our security blanket. You know, most people, they are afraid of something, whether it be snakes or spiders, dogs, etc. Mine is a fear of heights, although I've jumped out of perfectly good airplanes, as the pilots would say. Go figure that. Some children are afraid of the dark and they don't want the lights off at night in their bedroom. And so they find comfort in their blanket. You know, they take their blanket, pull it up over their head, believing that that blanket is going to protect them from whatever is lurking in the dark. They find comfort, protection, and a sense of security in that blanket, hence the name security blanket. The blanket doesn't necessarily remove whatever the child thinks is in the room, but they believe that it will keep them safe through the night. Psalm 16, verse 1 is David's cry for that kind of protection, not from every storm, but through every storm, because his trust is in the one who is unshakable. Psalm 16 is a miktam of David, a type of writing that scholars believe express deep personal devotion or a golden truth worth preserving. This psalm, it reflects David's confidence in God as his refuge, his guide, his protection. Verse 1, David opens with a plea: preserve me, O God. He is calling on God to watch over him, to guard, and to keep him safe. David isn't necessarily asking for escape from life's hardships, but rather that God would protect and sustain him through them. His trust isn't in his army, his ability, or his resources, but in God alone. He says, for in you do I put my trust. This trust is a settled confidence, a choice that David has made to lean fully on God as his refuge. As the psalm continues, David rejoices in God's guidance, his inheritance, and the security of his presence, even declaring his hope beyond the grave, beyond death, verses 10 and 16. But it all starts with this foundational request: preserve me, O God, for in you I put my trust. Our world is just filled with instability, whether it is personal loss, economic insecurity, health crisis, or a personal or spiritual battles. Psalm 16 verse 1 reminds us as believers to run to God as our first refuge and not as our last choice or as our last resort. We often try to preserve ourselves through control, planning, or self-reliance. But David flips all of that. He surrenders control over to the one who never fails. And like that child's security blanket, God doesn't always remove the threat, but he is always our covering and our safe place to run to. To God be the glory for the great things he has done. I pray that you would meditate upon this verse. It would be a word of encouragement to you as you go throughout your day. I pray that you would have a great day. Have a safe day. And then tune in again tomorrow, as we consider today's verse. Amen.